Hey, welcome or welcome back to the channel. Today we're checking out more Fringe. This is Season 1, Episode 6, The Cure. There better be a few musical jokes, puns, references in this episode. So thoughts on the previous one, the Power Struggle episode, they're on the back half of there. More case of the week, it's the nature of the show. I poke fun at it, but I'm not really mad at it. I'm enjoying everything I'm seeing. Both the cases, the wild science, the acting, the different characters, their personas, their archetypes, and how they perform their role. It's all been enjoyable so far. So with an episode title like The Cure, it lends itself to thinking that something is wrong with people. Maybe someone is a solution to this. They are the cure. I don't know though. I just woke up. It's early in the morning. I'm warming up with this show before switching over to something else, and I am armed with caffeine. Always good. Always need it in my blood. Yes. That is the third time I've had to record this intro. I'm just not awake. I'm struggling here. It hurts. Everything hurts. Looking like a scene out of Outbreak right now. A van with mop gear technicians just tosses someone out on the street all bloody. Bus, the plane, the elevator. Usually it's bad for the people around whoever is the focus.
Hey, give me a soup. Onion? No, vegetable. No one likes the onion. And call Marty, would you?
Marty? How come?
There's some woman here who might be in trouble.
Such a nice guy. He says this thing about everyone who comes in the store. I'm not awake yet. My brain isn't booted up, guys. I'm sorry.
How you doing tonight? So, where do you live now? Where's home?
I don't like these strings in the background going wild.
So, what was the red medicine?
They didn't tell me.
Ebola, Marburg, some sort of hemorrhagic outburst.
What the hell is...
Oh god, like a Total Recall. Well, it happened to her too. There's no one to talk to this episode. I could skip the intro, but I'm not. Resonant frequency. I do that too.
Was I humming? I thought it was in my head.
Denethor, steward of Gondor, father of Butcher.
The level of radiation coming from Emily's body is almost 3 times as great as the rest.
Are you saying that she was the source?
Don't know.
Are they gonna find, obviously, that she's been bound and it's not from the cops' handcuffs?
I've never seen Bellini's cause a victim to lose her head. And what's more curious, this woman seems to have been in remission. 121 degrees.
Yeah, that's cooking.
Her disease, if there's no cure...
Well, that's a question. And one which we should pose to whoever was treating her.
I see the cop in the background breathing. I mean, I'll give him a break, but...
Oh, the third question. Could I get some of this onion soup? It looks delicious.
Emily was found dead last night.
What? How?
I'm not at liberty to discuss that.
He's way too nice. He's in on it.
It's possible that her condition may have been a factor.
I'll get you her records if that'll help.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the FBI. They'd already have hackers into the medical file. They wouldn't even need to talk to the doctor.
Use a clamp?
Of course I could. And I enjoy the company.
Nice prosthetic, yeah.
So she was being held against her will.
Either that or she had a proclivity for sexual bondage. Scientific observation, not a judgment. Some of my fondest memories...
Oh, Walter, stop. Wherever that's going, it's just wrong.
Her name is Claire Williams. She was diagnosed with Bellini's lymphemia 3 years ago.
Maybe this disease is the key to whatever mutation or thing can be exploited to make this
Young woman.
AoE problem.
You know this coming your way today of all days? She suffered from the same disease as your wife. You seen her before?
Another case. Please find my wife. Please find her for me.
I wonder if any of that scene is going to be relevant or if I can cut him out entirely. Oh no, this is the new woman who disappeared. That's what the relevance is. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm dense. I just woke up.
The last one was a test. This one counts. Is she a candidate?
Even better.
So because we didn't have a person to talk to in the beginning, a survivor or a person to chase a suspect, we now have like a race against the clock to save this next victim.
Whatever was injected into her bloodstream caused these capsules to burst all at once, sending out a microwave blast. If you're going out, could you bring me back some cotton candy?
I like how we wanted root beer and ginger ale. Cotton candy!
More humans being used as guinea pigs. My point is, if this is part of the pattern, what if these people aren't just experiments? What if somebody is preparing for something?
The lingering glances they give each other is just a little too on the nose for me, but like I feel like it should have been lighter and more sporadic to give it more time to build. I feel like they're just shooting the same glances.
We're with the FBI.
FBI? Today? You come here today?
Mrs. Kramer, please listen to me. Another girl's life is at stake.
What's happened to Claire?
You know her?
The other guy was like, oh, we don't know her, but then
They became such good friends.
that lying piece of shit.
So Claire and Emily were treating themselves.
We didn't have a choice.
I feel a sneeze coming on.
We were desperate. You'll have to ask Dr. Nadeem Patel.
Oh.
Emily's doctor.
Man, everyone is just all hiding shit in this episode.
The medication. Do you have a sample?
2 for 2. Everyone's shitty. Checks out.
Tell me what you're doing.
Yeah, the first girl talked about a red drug and a blue
Please
drug.
just tell me what you're doing to me.
Ken Williams told us everything. What we don't know is who else was involved.
I'm not responsible for this. Not this.
Dr. Patel?
David Estabrook.
David Estabrook. He heads up Intrepid's Pharmaceutical Research Division. Prenatal gene therapy, human-animal hybridization studies,
Holy
viral warfare,
fuck. What?
all the fun stuff.
Yeah, really? What a guy.
No.
Just charm right up to him.
Science and technology have reached a point where our means of finally catching up with our imagination.
Yeah, magic. We're in the magic territory.
Are these moral-based restrictions that lawmakers put up in the name of
Moral-based
public policy?
restrictions. You're speaking his language.
That and money. I haven't been entirely honest with you.
You're an attractive young woman. I'm sure you want to start a family one day. It would be a shame if anything got in your way.
A threat of life, a threat of sterilization.
I didn't realize my interview techniques were under such close scrutiny.
Everything we do is under close scrutiny.
But right now, I couldn't give a damn about politics.
Which is exactly your problem, and now mine. If I can't trust you to control your own passion, Dunham, then I can't trust you.
I don't entirely disagree with him. Yeah, I started replaying Destiny 2 for a few weeks, but then I just uninstalled it, so it's good to hear Commander Zavala's voice yet again. This could go one of a few places. I'm curious.
And the capsules in her bloodstream, they can be triggered remotely.
Everything's as requested.
He looks like Kip. He reminds me of Kip from Napoleon Dynamite.
I'll call the client and schedule delivery.
That might be him, actually. No.
Alright, something's been bugging you all day. Something other than Claire Williams. What's not fine is blaming it on me. I want to find it just as much as you do.
You're right. I'm sorry.
I didn't think she was actually snipping at him there.
I'm sorry.
I thought she really wanted more humor, but I am a dumb caveman animal, so.
I had a stepfather. He'd accuse my mom of seeing other men and then I'd hit her. When he opened the door, I pulled the trigger. He recovered. And then one night he just slipped away. We never saw him again.
Slipped away, like escaped the hospital?
And every year he sends me a card on my birthday just to let me know that he's still out there.
If you really want Estabrook, all you have to do is talk to your friend Nina Sharp.
Oh, we haven't seen her in a while. I was wondering when her was going to come back, when she was going to.
I just have to look harder.
It may not be Kip's actor, but that guy has Kip's sass to him in the way he talks.
I'm going out.
Is he going to Nina, or is he going to get the Westbrook guy?
You know, you still look just the same as you did when you were a child. Oh, I doubt you'll remember, but you and I spent a good deal of time together. Some of it right here. Your father and I were quite close when we were both much younger.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
I give you the exact location you want, and in exchange, I get to come to you someday, and you return the favor. No questions asked.
You're getting what you want now for an unknown down the road in return. That could be anything. That's a wild deal to make.
Methyl eugenol is the key. That's what they injected her with. That's why these women were chosen.
The facility where Claire Williams is being held.
How could you possibly...
Radioactive isotopes have a heat signature that's visible to spy satellites.
The strike team, full tactical.
What if Nina set up Peter with this information just to like make it blow up in broils in Olivia's face?
Then let's make this happen.
Trust is a weird thing in this show between all these different groups and factions.
Claire, my name's Olivia Dunham. I'm with the FBI.
You were so close, Olivia. I don't know if you're gonna be able to get her.
I know you're scared, but I need for you to listen to me.
Oh, which way is this gonna fall? I can see it being very messy or very last second.
Do it. I know you can do it. Stab it.
Just imagine how much pain she could have saved herself if she would have did it before it got really bad. This woman is gonna have permanent damage, though. May not have popped, but she was cooking.
Agent Dunham. Apparently, I didn't make my point clearly enough.
I thought you'd be interested to know that Claire Williams is safe.
I have a law firm on retainer that charges more by the hour than you make in an entire year.
Then I suggest you get them to meet you at the FBI.
They have so many shots of this building. Daytime, nighttime, different weather. Looking for the letter from the dad. Stepdad.
I understand that you think I acted too emotionally. And putting aside the fact that men always say that about women they work with, I'll get straight to the point. I am emotional. I do bring it into my work. And I think it makes me a better agent.
That was well handled, well written, and well performed.
You can't fire me. But I hope you don't.
I'll see you in the morning.
Now that was solid. Like it came from a place of passion, but it also made sense. Like to show the boys, girls get it done. Like it wasn't too rah rah rah. It was just like, hey, you know, fuck it. This is how I am. Wasn't corny. I guess would be the best way to put it.
Remember tonight, please. The red toothbrush is mine.
Is it now?
White for Walter.
Peter Red, Peter Dangerous, Peter Dead.
I know where you got your information. About Claire Williams. What was her price? What did Nina Sharp want in return?
Unless what Nina wants later is to pit Peter against not a business deal or an acquisition of something he knows, but like of a personal performance or request.
There was no letter today, was there?
No.
Happy birthday.
He intercepted it, I bet. He went through the mail or did something.
You better get back upstairs before Walter falls asleep in your bed.
He has actually done that before.
Or maybe it's still gonna happen. Damn. It'll be Agent Scott with the oh, it's on the ground. Ain't that a bitch. That's creepy as fuck in this context. Alright. Good stuff. Another fun one. Let's get to the outro. Season 1, Episode 6, The Cure. A woman with a rare disease inexplicably causes excruciating pain and subsequent death to those she encounters. Okay. Interesting that it was like the condition that these women had, the medical condition, is why they had the treatment for the time release chemo, but then this other drug like would release it all at once, and you know, I understand that creating maybe like releasing the radiation in the body, I could see that being a thing, like from Chernobyl or some sort of contamination in you and radiating. But boiling your head to a point of exploding everywhere, a little far-fetched for me, but you know, everything else going on in this show, I think I'll give it a pass. I originally thought it was going to be like Marburg or Ebola or something, just because eyes and orifices were bleeding, but it kind of makes sense if a lot of juice in the brain, you know, in the skull. It's just like throwing a crab in the boiling water, you know. We got a little more Nina. I wonder when that request of hers from Peter is gonna, you know, come down the pipeline, and what it's gonna be and what the nature of it is gonna be. Could it be this season? Could it be way down the road? One of those things where it's like, I wonder when it's gonna come back. I don't know, but it's good to see her again, actually. And I still, okay, I've been saying for a few episodes now, I have a weird feeling about Peter and Walter, their relationship. And I'm just gonna throw it out there, like, I don't necessarily think that Peter is a clone of Walter, but I don't know, it's just like he knew a lot about his medical condition and like what he looked like or could be feeling, and I feel like that could be a self-reflective thing, like maybe he knows what he felt. And but then it's like, have we never seen a younger picture of Walter? You know, he wouldn't look anything like Peter, so it's like they can't be the same person because the young Walter doesn't look like current Peter. But there's some weird, like with all the experiments, all the things he did, I would not put it past him to have done something to, with, or about his son, you know. And then he had his wife, and then, you know, maybe even the wife gave birth to Peter, but it was like a little Walter clone stuffed in there, you know. I don't know. There's something between them, and I can't quite place it. So that's kind of my like Hail Mary, something weird influence there. I don't know. I don't know if I explained it well after the words or after the scene happened, because I didn't have the words. But her saying I am emotional, and you know, that gets said about women in a workplace, but we'll get past, you know, whatever. We'll skip past that aside, you know. It helps me work better. It's how I approach things. I get inside the minds of things. So it wasn't just a, you know, it was just well done. It was coming from, you know, a person's strengths were labeled as disadvantages, and then that shit was flipped on its head. And it's like, okay, you know, come back to work. We'll see you tomorrow. Okay, so that's going to do it for me for now. Thank you all so much for being here. This episode was a blast. I'm looking forward to more, but there'll be another day. Thanks again for being here, and goodbye.